speak of boozing bands, we have with us
Darryl Rahn.
Okay, so can you just give like a brief history of yourself as a musician?
History of myself. I was born in 1994 as a musician. So 10 years went by, and then I was like, the guitar is pretty great.
When you were 10?
When I was 10 or 11, this guy came into our elementary school. We were learning about the Dust Bowl at the time, and this guy came in to like help us write songs about the Dust Bowl. Or he was going to write the songs, we were going to help him, even though he knew what he was doing. You know? And so he would he had this guitar and he would come in every Wednesday or whatever, and we would write lyrics to the songs about the Dust Bowl. He would come in with the main bulk of the song or whatever, and then we would help out. And then we had a performance, and at the performance, I remember we were on the stage and he was just playing to the left, and I was just like, guitar, that sounds so good. I want to just be able to do that with my own hands. So my dad got me this little guitar, and I started taking lessons, and then I just started writing songs, like pretty shortly after that were really bad. After I think I did the talent show in high school, where I played my own songs, I was like, okay, that was terrible, but I can do this. You know, I want to do this. I just started playing local shows, and then I went to school for it. And then over the summers, I would like tour the East Coast or whatever. I would drive down south. I moved to Nashville for a little bit, and saw what that was all about. And then I went back home, which is Utica, New York, and then played around there for a while. And then now I live here in Brooklyn.
Even though like you realized that you like wanted to play guitar when you were like a little kid, when did you realize that like you wanted to be a musician?
Probably soon after. I think probably at age 13 or 14. I was just getting into bands really, really deep, and just realizing how much songs meant to me just in my own life. And I thought, well, yeah, I'd love to do this. And obviously, I didn't know anything about the business or how it actually worked and what went into it, but I think around 13 or 14, the end of junior high going into high school, I was pretty certain, which is terrible because my parents were probably like, oh, don't do that, you know, they never said that, but you know, to see a 13 or 14-year-old kid playing terrible songs and mumbling words is probably pretty terrifying. Like, oh, he's never gonna make money, he's gonna live in a basement forever. But that was definitely the time where I started to turn my thought process into, well, I want to get good at this. I want to be like these people that I listen to all the time. So I'd say it's around there. It was probably 3 or 4 years after I started playing guitar. I was really gung about it.
Did you like grow up going to concerts, or was that not something that got you?
Yeah. Well, I guess I didn't go to many concerts until I was in junior high or so probably, but yeah. I mean, my dad took me to some. When I was in 8th or 9th grade, I went to my first big concerts, and I saw people like Ben Folds and Guster and like John Mayer and these massive concerts, and I was like, this is definitely what I want to do. So I didn't go to them all my life, but once I started going to them, I just started getting more involved with it, and I just loved it.
So do you think like that correlated with you realizing that you were like this?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing like seeing the lights go down in a big place and having people you've listened to for a long time come out and play the thing live. And it's like, wow, they created this thing that really changed my life, and now I get to see it happen. And I think there's nothing like that. So I've kind of just been chasing that ever since. You know, being able to be the one that plays the music that hopefully reaches those people.
Oh, did you wind up getting to go on tour with some bigger names?
Well, I haven't toured really with bigger names. I've just played kind of one-off shows with them while they're touring. But it's all about just reaching out at the right time sometimes, and just staying aware of like tour dates and when there might be an opportunity. Like with Wild Child, I played with at Hamilton College, which is pretty close to where I came from. And I was at college at the time, but I saw that they were playing there, and there was no support listed, so I just reached out to them as soon as I saw that and said, "Hey, I'm local. I could bring some people out." And then with Guster, it was like this online contest, essentially, where they're like, we're playing 15 dates or whatever in the fall, and you can open in one of our cities if you just like fill out this application and submit your music. So I did that, and then months later I forgot about it, but I got this email and it was like, you can open for us in Ithaca, and I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
That's so cool. When you did those, were their fans like receptive of you, or was it one of those things where everyone just like sitting on their phones? Like
No, it went really well. I remember at the Guster show, I played with my band, and we sold like 50 CDs after.
Oh, awesome.
So that was better than I was expecting. I didn't really think that anybody would care about us. So it was cool. So it was really, I don't think there were as many people there at 7 as opposed to 8 or whatever. So I think there were a lot more empty seats when we were playing, but everybody was there. It was really quiet. It was really awesome.
So what's your like prefer? Do you prefer to like play acoustic on your own, or like with? Do you prefer a live band?
Oh yeah, band is just so much better.
Yeah.
You can. There's more sound, which is
Yeah.
exciting for people, and then you just get to interact on the stage. I mean, there's nothing like having a moment on the stage where the music just like is. I mean, it's just really smooth. It's just going really well. Everybody's on the same page. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. You just like look around and everyone's like, yeah, this is why we do this. So when you're alone, you have to just kind of like if something goes bad, it's like shit, I'm alone. I have to just sit with this. So they both have their perks, though. I wouldn't say playing alone is all bad.
Yeah.
I think there's advantages to it, but.
Do you write like the rest of the music for like the other parts when you have a live band, or is it more of you playing your song for them and being like figure out what to do?
A little bit of both of that. Well, it's like I'll have an idea of what I want everything to sound like, but I guess I'm lazy in the sense that I won't write them sheet music.
Yeah.
Just note for note so they know exactly what to do. I'll just say this is what I want here, here, and here, and for the most part, just fill in this space, fill in this space. But I mean, like the drummer and piano player I play with are such good musicians that they'll come up with things and I'll be like, yep, that's much better than what I thought. So it's a lot of just figuring it out. I'll have a general idea and they will make it their own. And if it's way wrong, then I guess I'll know, but it usually is never.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just said the drummer, the piano, but the bass player I play with is also like the best bassist I've ever met. So I just want to make sure I don't leave them out.
Like, I love you, Paul. You're all great.
They are.
So like, when did you realize that your song stopped sucking?
Oh, I haven't realized that.
You haven't?
No, I mean, you always. I mean, I like my songs more now. I think that they're way more, at least way closer to what I want to be writing. But it's always a struggle of just, once you think you have a good song, you hear something else and you're like, that is good. I need to be that good. I think if you think that you're really good, you stop being really good.
Yeah.
Or whatever. If you think that you've done all that you want to do and you can't get any better, then you won't get any better.